I'm going to show you how to make an amazing blog absolutely free. Check it out, it's mobile responsive. And on that note, here is a quick demo. As you can see, it looks absolutely spectacular. I'm going to set you up with a free web address, a live web address, just like this, which you'll be able to then start creating and practicing and perfecting your blog. And also I'm going to start by installing this web address for you. And also this web design. And so the first thing you need to do is go to this web page over here, emediacoach.com/go. It's my free offer to people just like you. Very, very simple. Step 1, select the design that you want. In this example, it's the design for this adventure blog that I've got listed over here. Step 2, let's input the details into the form. Give your blog a name. And then your name and your email address, and I will send you the details of your free web address, including your WordPress login details that you'll have full control of. Step 3, sit back, relax, watch the rest of this YouTube tutorial because you're going to need to know what to do next. In the next 24 to 48 hours, you're going to receive an email from me and it'll either land in your inbox or your junk folder, so just check in there. And just like this example over here, if you're using Gmail, it could land in your promotions tab. So just check that, but you're going to need that because that will then give you the details you need to log into your WordPress dashboard. And just so you know, I'm going to, like I promised, I'm going to set up this brand new web address for you absolutely free that you can manage 100% and customize 100% to your liking. And these details here are the login details to your WordPress dashboard. That's the engine behind managing and controlling your entire blog. So let's open that link. Enter the username and password and I'll show you what to do next. There we are, into your WordPress dashboard. And like I said, this is the engine behind creating your entire blog. You know, when you start a blog, often you don't have all the control in your hands, but when you start one using a custom WordPress installation like I'm giving you right here for free, you will have 100% control over everything you do, including plugins. I'll get into that later. Any designs, pages, posts, and everything else you need to set up and start making your posts and blog in the structure and way that you want it to appear. Now, more on that a little bit later. This is a very easy to use platform, so don't be overwhelmed. I'll take you through step by step. Firstly, if you just hover over here and go to Visit Site, this is where you see that you're now able to access your blog, but at the same time, because you're logged in, you'll see this bar over here. And the thing that we're going to use most frequently is this function over here called Edit with Elementor. And that's a really powerful tool that will allow you to customize pretty much 90% of your entire blog. Next, let me give you a little bit of an introduction to changing components on your homepage. And we can do this with the Edit with Elementor link over here. Elementor is a plugin which allows you to configure the layout and modules that your page has. It's a nice drag and drop style interface that allows you to edit and modify your website just like you're seeing here. So anything you want to change, just click on that area. You can change the words, you can change the text alignment, you can change the style, color, typography. Another example is this button here. You can change the link that you want the button to link to. Now eventually I know that I'm going to have, or I should already have, the blog page. So perhaps I'll just copy that link URL and paste that in there. You can also change the size of the button, etc., etc. When you make changes, hit the update button over here. You can also add and edit modules. So let's take this module for example. If I click on the dots up here, I can actually change the various settings that are related to the module, including the background type, if it's a blank background, or I can add a background image, or I can add a background overlay, which could be, it could be an image, and you've got all kinds of flexibility over here. But what I suggest is, because you're probably not too comfortable at the moment with Elementor, just stick to making decisions around using this template that's already available. So you can edit the words, you can edit the buttons, or you can click on the cross and get rid of this entire section. Or alternatively, if you click on the add section button, check that out, you can add an entire new section. If you click on the folder there, you'll be able to add a whole pre-built section. So let's just take something as an example. Now this is going to add an entire page. So all the modules that exist on a particular page. Whereas this area here, if you select blocks, you'll be able to add very specific blocks of content to that section. And you can see a whole range of them here. Just as an example, I'm going to add this one, for instance, just so you can see how it works. So there we go, that entire block has been added in that section, and now I can edit any of the details by clicking on that and looking at the sidebar here. But if I click on a module, click on a button there, and then I click on the dots you see up here, you can actually drag and drop individual elements like that. And if you press Ctrl Z or Command Z on a Mac, you'll be able to undo your last action. So again, I can add video, I can add images, just like that. And then when I click on that element, I can change any of the actual details behind that, so I can customize what that video is. So as you can see, it's a very user-friendly and easy to use drag and drop style interface. Even something like an image carousel or an image gallery, imagine how cool that would be. So let's say I come down here, and under this section I want to add an image gallery. There we go, I can click on that, then I can click on add images. I can upload images from my computer, or I can choose images that are already in the image gallery once you've uploaded them from your computer. And let's just say create gallery for now. And it's as easy as that, and you can select the image sizes. So a lot of this is a little bit of trial and error, but the beauty of it is that you can easily figure it out because it's pretty user-friendly, and it's also a visual editor, as you can see. So I hope that's been able to give you a decent introduction into how to edit layout on your blog. So say you wanted to edit, like I said, don't click on edit with Elementor when you're on this page. It's going to stuff up this entire page. But you can go to a particular blog, you can click edit post, which will take you to the standard WordPress editing module section, I should say. But if you click edit with Elementor and click on that, here you'll be able to make any modifications, add images, and add modules. So say I want to add a video under there, a cool video that can be added in there. I can change the link of that video, etc., etc. So I think you get the point there. Just play around with that. There's nothing you do is set in stone. You can always go down here, into the history section, and you can always rewind to a previous version if in case you make any mistakes. So please do play around with this, and I'm sure in about 5 or 10 minutes you'll get the hang of this and how it works. Now, before I show you how easy it is to create your blog posts, let me just take you into the categories area. So if you click on the 3 lines over here and exit back to your WordPress dashboard. Now, if you go to posts, hover over posts and click on categories. Now do a little bit of brainstorming about what your blog is about, what kind of topics you want to cover when you start a blog and when you start creating blog posts. And so for this instance, it's going to be travel, for example. And so what kind of categories am I going to have as part of my blog when I start creating blog posts? So within travel, let's say we're covering Asia. So what I want you to do is type the name of that category in there, leave everything else blank, but just click the add new category button, and that will add that as a new category, and you'll be able to assign future blog posts to that category, and I'll show you that a little later. Let's say we want to cover the Americas. Let's say we want to cover Australasia. And we want to cover Europe. So you can come in and add categories at any time, not a problem, but it's good to add a few just to get started because it will make the next step a little easier. So do a bit of brainstorming about what your blog is about and create some categories because it will help you structure your content, and you'll see that as we go along in the next few minutes. Okay, now before we start to make a new blog post, I need to let you know of a little but very important difference between posts and pages. So to demonstrate the difference, let me just go into a page, and I'll go into the contact page, and I'll also go into posts and go to one of the posts that I created. The difference is the URL structure. So when you're looking at a page, or when you set up a page, the URL is going to be your website. Now ignore this URL over here because it's on our local installation. So this would normally be something like yourblog.com/contact. However, for a post, the URL is going to be your blog / Now this URL structure is not ideal, and I'm going to get into that in a second, but it is going to eventually be the category that this post belongs in. So let's say, for example, Europe / the name of the post. And so there's the key difference. With posts, you can add them to a category which is reflected in your URL structure. It's great for users, and it's great for your information hierarchy. When you've got a bunch of content on your blog, the hierarchy makes sense. Whereas a page such as a contact page doesn't need a category, and therefore you only use pages for things that don't need a category, such as contact. Maybe you've got a photo gallery that covers your entire blog. But if you've got a photo gallery for each category, you'd probably put it as a post. Your about page is a page because you want the URL to be /about, etc., etc. If you had a business website and you had services, your URL would be yourwebsite.com /services / whatever the name of service 1 is, or whatever the name of service 2 is, etc., etc. So your information hierarchy makes sense. So therefore, when you're making blog posts, always use posts. Because let's just demonstrate. Let's add a new post. You'll put in a title to your new post, and then when you go to the right hand side over here, you'll select a category. Now that brings me on to the next point. Why is the URL structure for a post currently extremely messy? Let me just get rid of this stuff. That's the current URL structure. It's the date that this particular thing was posted. / the name of the post. And to be honest, this is not ideal. It's far from ideal. So we're going to be updating the URL structure now. So what you need to do is, okay, first I'm just going to close all this stuff just to not overcomplicate anything. Go back to the dashboard, and what I want you to do is go to settings and then click on permalinks. The blog post structure that you saw is taking this format over here, but we don't want that. We want a custom structure. Get rid of everything in that field for custom structure, then click on category, then click on post name. So we want it to be our website.com eventually / the category that the post sits in / the title of the post. Then click Save Changes. Alright, now that I've done that, we should be able to see that our existing posts have automatically flipped over. So let's look at the same one we just looked at. This one here. And let me go to that URL. And there you can see it is our website / travel / the title of our post. And that is absolutely ideal. Why has it taken travel? Because if you go to categories, that's what's selected. And so if you change that to Europe, for example, click update. And then go to this page. See how that's changed. It will eventually, when you go live, be your website.com / Europe / the title of the post. So this is an ideal URL structure, and this is what we want to use. So make sure you make that change. Okay, now let's start adding a new blog post, and I'm going to show you the process to do that. I'm going to wing it a little bit, but I'm sure you could do a lot better than I do in a couple of minutes. But what you need to do is go to posts and click add new. Give your new post an interesting title. So let's call ours the Summer Escape, for example. And then don't forget to select a category which this post will belong in. And you can select multiple categories if it does belong to multiple categories, so that's okay as well. Then go down to featured image. The featured image is the big image that you're seeing on the post previews. So you can set that one. You can either upload an image from your computer by clicking on the upload button and selecting a file from your computer, and that's probably what you will do. I'm just going to select one that already exists just for the purposes of this demo. So let's try that. And then that's all I've done so far. I've added a title, I've selected categories, I've added the featured image, and now I'm going to click publish. And I'm then going to go to edit with Elementor. But before I do that, let's just have a look at the page. It'll be a blank page, but you can see the featured image, the title, and the URL in which this post belongs. Okay, now what we're going to do is click on edit with Elementor. So let's perhaps drag in a heading section. Let's drag in, if I click on these dots here, some text. You can adjust the structure of this section. Let's say we want that. Let's say we want an image on that area, in that box there. And then we want to add some text in that box there. Here it is, text editor. And I'm just going to leave it as some default text just for the purposes of this demo. So what I can do is I can I can add some dummy text. There we go. I can choose an image. I can either choose an image from a computer. So if you've got your holiday pictures or whatever pictures that you have for your blog on your computer, just click on upload files and you'll be able to select those files from your computer. Otherwise, just go to the media library if they're already uploaded, insert media, etc., etc. Now let's say on top of that, we want to add a button under the text for whatever reason. We can even do that. So I'm just showing you I'm just giving you the tools and knowledge needed to add a new post. You can of course do anything you need. And then you'd have to update links if it's a button. You can change the style, including the color. And then let's also drag in a video, for example. There we go. Let's drag in a video. And let's add some space. So I'm going to add some space just to give it a nice clean feel. Perfect. So if I go to the video section now, I should be able to manage, there it is, that button there. I should be able to manage the link or the video that I want to display. So I'm just going to go to YouTube here and pick a video. I can enter a start time, an end time if I wanted to, and I can also autoplay that video, mute, or loop. It's completely up to you. And then when you're done with adding content to your blog page, all you need to do is click on the update button over here. You can preview your changes, or you can click on you can click on the lines over here and then you can view page. So here we are. Here is our brand new blog page. And as you saw, I was able to easily drag and drop the various elements. You can put more text in, more pictures. If you click on edit with Elementor over here, you'll go straight back to that page. And you can add even more things such as icons, an entire image carousel or gallery, testimonials, accordions. You can add a whole bunch of things, even social icons. So let's throw some social icons here, for example. Let's align them to the left. And now when we click on the edit button, so we're already there, we can add the links to our social profile over here. So then that button will link to that particular social profile link. We can also add more social links and choose from the drop down here. So let's say it's a YouTube one, or we can remove one if we want to as well. So I hope that was able to give you a demonstration of how to create a brand new blog page. And now let me just go to the blog area of the website. So what I'll do is I'll actually visit the website. I'll exit to dashboard. I'll now visit the website. Now if I go to the blog area, there it is. I'm going to show you how to change the logic of the stuff that appears here in just a second. But now that's appearing, and your visitors can easily navigate. I'm going to shut that video up. Easily navigate to this particular page. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a drop-down area in your menu so that your visitors can navigate to any one of your categories and see blog posts within that category. So at the moment, they can go to yourwebsite.com / the category and see everything that sits within that category, as you can see there, and then click through to the blog detail page. Alright, now if you go to your blog page, the next thing I want to show you is how to change the logic that decides which one of your blog posts appear in this section here. As you just saw, I added a new post and it's now showing up here. But how do I change the logic related to all of this stuff? So again, do not click on edit with Elementor for this page. If you do that, this whole page is going to disappear for some odd reason and it's not going to work. So do not touch that for this particular page. It's okay for the home page and any other pages, just not for this page for some reason. That will create an issue. So go to edit page, not edit with Elementor. And this is the standard WordPress editor. If you scroll down a little and click on this module here, and just open up, make sure the settings are opened up. If they're hidden, just click on that. Now check this out. It is ordering these blog posts from oldest to newest, but perhaps we want people to see the newest blog posts first. So let's change that. And as you can see, the blog post that I just created is now appearing. Or maybe we only want to show certain categories in this area. We can do that as well if we wanted to. So this is the logic behind the things that are being displayed over here. We can even add or reduce columns if we wanted to. The featured image is that image over there, which we configured in our individual blog post, and that looks pretty cool. And you've got various other things, such as do you want to show the date when this blog post was created? We can enable or disable that. Enable or disable how many comments have been added. Usually there's no comments, so it's good to disable that. And whether or not we want a text preview. Furthermore, we can say we want to add a read more link, and I think that's a good idea because it is a clear call to action to make your blog visitors click on the link to read more on that post. And then you can change the actual button text. And you can change the font size. You can also change settings for your actual, for this area here. Here they are. So these are all button settings if you want a rounded button, etc., padding. Now button colors, you can change the background of the button colors or the text color. Like that. Now typography. This is the title tag typography. You can change the font size of your text, and then you'll also be able to change the text color and the background color. Like that. If you wanted to, of course. So there's a whole range of settings that you can do to customize the layout of this page, and that's for that module there. Similarly, if we click on this module here, we can control the things that are displayed in this module and the logic with which it's displayed. So that's very powerful. You can also duplicate certain content areas. So if I go to this area here, say I've got a lot of posts, so I can click on that, click duplicate. So this could be our newest to oldest, but perhaps this could be our oldest to newest, or it can display something from a particular category. So it's a great way to display additional content on your blog. So let's click save, and then let's view the page. So there we are. I hope that's given you a great ideas for how to configure the logic behind why things are shown on this particular blog page. If you don't want this page, you don't have to have this page either. You can just have your home page. I've already shown you how to edit various modules, so you can actually link from this home page to various categories or blog posts themselves. It's completely up to you how you want to structure your blog. Okay, so eventually when you create a fair few blog posts, you're going to have quite a bit of content on your new blog, but we need a way to let your visitors easily find the content or the categories that they're looking for. So what I'm going to show you next is how to add your content categories to your menu over here. So if I go to the dashboard and I go to the posts and categories area, if I view a particular category, I'm just going to open it in a new tab. Actually, I'll open all of them in a new tab. You'll see why. You'll see that each category has a URL assigned to it. So eventually this will be yourwebsite.com/category/ the name of the category. And so what we can do is direct people to these categories so that when they click on a particular category, they only see blog posts that are assigned to that category. So now let's keep them open. I obviously haven't got posts in most of them because I'm just showing you as a demonstration, but you know what I mean. So now if we go down to appearance and menus, this module you're looking at right now allows you to control the menu structure of your new blog. So say we don't want a services page, we can click on that, click remove. We can get rid of that as well perhaps. If you want to rearrange the order, you just have to drag and drop the item like that. If you want to add new things to your menu structure, you can either choose from the pages that have been created like that, click add to menu. Or you can add posts that you've created, just like that, click add to menu. Or you can add custom links, and that's the one that we're going to use. So let me just remove these to avoid confusion. So we're going to be adding a custom URL with a link text. And so for these categories, we've got our custom URLs. Let's take this one, let's copy that one. Let's add it as a custom URL. I just pasted it in that field there, and this is called Asia. I'll add that to the menu. Now let's do that for the other category URLs as well. The next thing to do is figure out what you want the parent item for these things to be. So say we want a parent item called our travels. We don't want it to link to a page because it's not a page. Let's just put a hashtag in the URL. Oops, I've stuffed that one up. Hang on a sec. Okay, we can still change it. Let's just make the URL a hashtag and hit enter. That's done. Now I'm going to drag that item up, but then I'm going to drag these items up under our travels and then indent them. See, when I indent them, it becomes a sub item of the one above it. So what happens in WordPress is if you do that, and you can also rearrange the order in which the sub items appear. In WordPress, if you do that, that activates a drop-down menu. So check this out. I'm going to visit my website. Okay, so now look at that. That's a drop-down menu. We need to change the colors. That's the reason it doesn't look right, and I'll do that in a second. But look, we've now got a drop-down menu, and you can arrange the structure or the things you want in your menu. Say we want to go a step further, and you want to put your actual categories as a top-level item, and you want to put blog posts under those items. So let's say these belong under Australasia, for example, and these belong under Europe. And so now suddenly in your menu, what you're going to have is a drop-down menu that allows people to directly link through to your blog posts. And now we just need to change the color of this. Also, these words should be capitalized to stay in sync or in theme with the rest of the words. I haven't done that. I can easily do that by just clicking on the item and changing the text there. But you get the idea. But we need to change the color now of these drop-down elements. The way to do that is if you go to Customize under Appearance, and then go to Colors and Background, Header, Transparent Header. The reason this is not showing up is because the sub-menu hasn't been configured. So what we need to do, let's select it as black. We want the sub-menus to be a black background color, and there it is. And because that's black at the moment, we can have the text as white. So here's the link or text color. We want that as white. So that contrasts nicely against the black. And there we go. Now we can clearly see our drop-down menu. Or we can do it the other way around. Let's say we want the link text to be black and we want the background color to be white or close to white. There we are. That's a nice clean look as well. So it's up to you. When you've done that, just hit the publish button. And that's all you need to do to customize the drop-down menu. So now if I refresh the site, there you go. You've now differentiated your blog, created drop-down menus to categorize your content so people are able to access your content very, very easily and click through to it just like that. And here's something else that's even more impressive. So at the moment we've got two levels of menus, a main area and a drop-down area. But now let's say I want Europe or our categories to appear under that, and then under that I want posts to appear. So that's now 3 levels of menus. Let's see how that works. So now people can drill down in your actual menu without having to scroll through your site. Let's save that. Let's refresh the site. And now check this out, guys. There we go. That one didn't have anything under it. But look at these two. Now people can navigate and drill through your entire content hierarchy. So that's amazing, isn't it? And finally, that brings us nicely onto the next topic. So how do you make money with your WordPress blog? Like I said, once you move your website from your local host to a web host by following our other tutorial, which I'll link to in the description, you'll have your own website address and you'll be able to monetize or make money with your blog in a number of different ways. And here are a few suggestions that I have. Firstly, guest posts. When your blog starts getting some traction, people might want to pay you to add a post on your blog that is in some way related to their product or service, and they'll want a link back to their product or service as a way of promotion. And people are willing to pay that. Advertisers, if you team up with a particular company, they're willing to pay that money. Another way is Google AdSense. You can have a look at Google AdSense, just look for it online, and you'll see that it's a platform where you can serve ads on your blog. And the way it works is that every time someone clicks on your ad, or every 1,000 impressions, you get paid a certain fee, AdSense fee. And just a quick note, never click on any of the ads that appear on your own website once you implement that, because if you do, your account will be banned. And there are a number of tutorials online on how to implement Google AdSense, so just YouTube that and you'll be able to see how to do that. It's very simple, very easy. Flipper.com, it's a marketplace where people buy and sell websites. And so go to flipper.com and have a look at the things that people are selling, have a look at the things that people are buying, and have a look at why people are buying, and then start to use that information to push your new blog in the right direction. If you've got a little bit of traffic and if you're making a little bit of money, think about selling your blog for a decent amount. And the fourth way is affiliate marketing, and this is how I actually started in my web days. back in 2003. And I used to promote various products that related to the subject that my blog was about through something called an affiliate link. And so when someone purchases something through that link, you get a commission. So say, for example, I've got a travel blog. A lot of companies out there have affiliate programs, and you should be able to find, in my case, a travel affiliate program where if you refer someone onto that travel agency and they book a trip or book a flight, I get paid a referral fee, and that's how it works. So some examples are Amazon. They've got a referral program, and you can basically promote any product that's relevant to your audience and your content on your blog. ClickBank is a marketplace for digital products. And another very popular one is Commission Junction. Now, what I haven't added here is basically any big company that you know of, have a look at if they've got an affiliate program, because the chances are they do, and you'll be able to take advantage of or sign up for the affiliate program for that company if they are relevant to your audience and to the contents of your blog. And then you'll be able to receive a commission whenever anyone goes through that link and makes a purchase or a referral. So check that out. There are some big tips to make money and earn money from your new WordPress blog. So there you go, guys. In what has been a relatively short tutorial, I've been able to show you how to make a blog with WordPress and how to start earning money from your blog, and also add content and configure everything you need to get started and underway. If you've learned anything, please do give this video a big thumbs up. That'll really help us out. Share with your friends and hit the subscribe button, because you'll be notified whenever a new video is released. And of course, as always, any questions, ask in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to help. Until next time, enjoy creating your blog, start adding content, and start making some money.